What is a vehicle ramming incident? It's where someone takes their personal car, truck, their SUV, and they basically plow into a crowd of people. They weaponize their car into be able to causing mass death and destruction. It's unfortunately part of our society. It's an easy weapon that people can acquire. There are cars everywhere. There's not one person that can't access a vehicle. So I just want to give you a couple quick tips on potentially watching out for, avoiding, or looking out and keeping yourself safe around a potential vehicle ramming incident. This is usually going to occur where there's large crowds, potentially open areas. Could be some type of holiday celebration, some kind of social gathering, some type of event that's either going to get mass news coverage or have a large conglomerate of people, specifically pedestrians. If you do find yourself out and about with your family enjoying a nice day, just have some basic awareness. You don't need to be crazy, you don't need to be paranoid or scared, but you need to pay attention. First, always identify the roads that lead directly into a crowd or out of a crowd, right? If there's a farmer's market, if there's a park, if there's a parking lot, maybe there's a big gathering, maybe they'll put a couple cones up or they'll put a couple signs up, do not pass here. So you always want to be able to spot the ingress and egress route of vehicles, all right? You also want to be able to watch for your straight chutes or your straight ingress egress. By the way, I'm Mike. I teach safety and defense tactics to individuals and companies alike. Next thing is you want to see where the barriers are, but more importantly, you want to see where vehicle barriers are not. Just because there's a sign saying one way or do not enter doesn't mean someone can't floor it and drive right through. When there's a K-rail or a cement barrier, then that's something you can rely on a little bit more. For some type of improvised events and things out and about, you'll see people frequently using their own vehicles, using vehicles to block off an ingress or egress to other vehicles, and I think that's a great idea. You want to watch out for vehicles that are sitting there idling. Okay, maybe it's a hot day and they're in the air conditioner, but there's no reason that usually an individual should just be sitting there watching people idling, preparing, maybe revving the engine. Maybe if people are sitting there doing any kind of praying, chanting, anything like that, you want to pay attention to people sitting in their vehicles that are on and idling, especially that are faced towards the direction of the crowd. If I ever find myself standing in crowds, I try to stand on the edges of the crowds, not in the middle of the center, right? I don't want to be that fish in a barrel type of a situation. Also want to pay attention to my crowds, my curbs, where I'm standing in the street, on the sidewalk. You want to pay attention if there's solid objects behind you, like a wall. Maybe if there's things like the bollards that are on the street or in front of businesses to protect people from vehicles coming in or out. You're going to use your natural environment. You're going to use your kind of situational awareness, pay attention to the environment, and make sure you're aware of your surroundings at all times. If you are somewhere where a vehicle does start to come into the crowd and ram, number one, the